Friend of the show, Mani Draper is here. Long time coming. I mean, we've chatted before. It's nothing new. But
Right.
tonight, you're here to talk about your current project, 33, as well as some other stuff that we'll probably get into.
Yeah. Yeah, man. How you been, bro? It's good to see you. You already know I'm a fan of the show, but
Appreciate it.
it's always good to tap in and check in. I feel like our
Yeah.
journeys are hella tethered to one another too.
Oh,
So
yeah, most
it's
definitely.
yeah.
I mean, shoot, I was just thinking about it on my way home. Like, last time we talked was, I think, right before Communion Book 1 dropped. Like, you called me up, or either that or, what was it, Bar Shiro, when Kev did his set? One of those two. Like, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you've been busy during that time for sure. Because I think right when you called me for Communion, you're like, "Hey, I'm about to go to Amsterdam."
You're right. Damn, yeah, we dropped Communion 1 in Amsterdam. That's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. How was that trip, by the way?
Man, that is crazy because I've been a few times now and have like people that I consider family over there, but this time was taking a crew, so it was different. Like it was a completely different experience, and usually it's me by myself, but to share that with people you like, love, and are building a business with, it had a whole different meaning to it. So that was amazing, bro.
Most definitely. I mean, it's like family meeting family, right?
Right, right.
What'd y'all get into out there? I know I saw some pics just in general, and I know you were there for a little bit longer.
I'd rather not say. No, I'm kidding.
No, you don't have to go into super details, of course.
Now we shout out to Ready Hit Play and Massive Music. They hosted a release party for Communion at the Massive office, and we got to perform. Kev, Deuce, and I. The day it dropped, so it was pretty dope, and they threw a big party, and we hung out, and we got pretty faded.
Hell yeah!
And then there was a party on the rooftop after that, so we went to that. What else? We hung out with the New Originals crew. They threw like an after hours thing in their shop. If anybody knows about the New Originals, they're hella big over there, and they just showed love. Like they really showed love. So we hung out with them, recorded a ton of music. Shout out my brother Dusty. And Camille, like that whole squad over there. Like we just put a lot of work in, man. And I think that's what is so dope about GN and then this whole era we're in, that is really back to the grassroots of just like, you got to go tap in with the people. Like this digital shit is fly, but if you're not outside, if you're not at the record shops, if you're not at if you're not at the boutiques and the streetwear stores, and where are you for real? Like who are those numbers real? You know,
right? Kind of like running grassroots campaigns and shit.
Exactly.
I mean, that definitely helps build. That's for sure.
No, it's a completely different feeling when there's real people like tapping in with your product. And so what happened? It's crazy. We Pass and I were rehearsing for his show tonight, and Ghazi from Empire and then the head of Title like showed up. They were going to another meeting on the other side of the building, but they had to walk through rehearsal, and we never had any interaction. We were like, we toured with one of Empire's biggest artists this past fall. So it's like, an immediate connection. But if they're only focused on the social numbers in the digital space, like you said, the grassroots, and then kind of the MC Hammer, Master P out the trunk, like tactile, tangible grassroots approach is completely neglected. But then when you see us and they're like, yo, how they able to put 300, 400 people over at New Parish and we don't know about them, you know? Like I think that is where the difference is, where Tyler the Creator beats DJ Khaled for the Grammys, and Khaled's caught off guard because I don't hear his music in the club. And it's like, bro, the club is such a small percentage of where music is consumed in the consumer. So it's like, to everybody that's trying to compete, like just build your own lane, bro. Like you don't gotta do all that. You don't gotta be what you not. If the club ain't you, it ain't you.
No, yeah, for sure. Because I mean, I don't go to the club no more. I'm tired of that shit. I was tired of it the second I walked in. But man, I just be listening to music everywhere else.
Everywhere else, right?
It's like there's so much more to life than just the couple hours you're in the club for.
Nah, that's what I was thinking about. It's like, yo, can I be on your morning playlist? Can I be on your way to work?
Mm-hmm.
Can I be when you leaving work? Can I be your lunch break? Can I be the Sunday morning cleanup playlist? Like them the shits I be thinking about, you know?
I mean, you got to be on the Sunday morning playlist off that song. Just
It was intentional.
hell yeah. Now you mentioned touring. How
Yeah.
was that? How was that going with Raj?
Oh man, we were just telling Ghazi that like Raj had grown ass men like in the like men and women, but the visual, I'll never forget the visual of the very first show in Dallas, and we opened, and so we're at the merch booth kicking it,
Mm-hmm.
and this dude is like bigging us up, like trying to cop merch, and then the chords, the hands and knees comes on, and he literally falls and starts crying, like, and starts giving us his testimony, like he lost his family too. And I just never seen nothing that beautiful, especially like I don't know how Raj feels. He's revered, but he's one of the most talented people I've ever met. And so to see strangers feel the same way about him that I do is just bugged out. And to pack out Dallas and Houston and Atlanta and Brooklyn and Boston and all these random cities that you otherwise you wouldn't be was pretty life changing, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Like I still think about and not even just the shows, like some of the sound checks and like hanging out with Shell Hart, and Shell Hart's such a fucking pro. She would like, yeah, there's the show, but she would practice. And I was like,
Yeah.
damn, that's why you're dope, because we're just being around all these elite people.
No, yeah, that's dope. I mean, and you kind of feel that same energy, like you're talking about with the man who broke down to hands and knees. Like when I was at the SF show, like it you could feel that
Yeah,
energy. Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, of course, you and Travis Thompson, like y'all both killed your sets, but then
yeah.
like when Raj came on, it was a completely different energy.
Yeah, no, and I think that's what a lot of people gotta understand and learn too. Is like that whole experience when you think about the back. I think about the movie Backstage, where it's Method Man and Redman, it's Rough Riders, it's DMX, it's Jay, it's Ja Rule. Like it's all these juggernauts, and everybody has their space and their role, and you make the most of your set, and you don't have to be in competition with your family. Like we became family. We was on the road for a month and a
Yeah,
half, bro. We family for real
like
after
that's gonna
that.
happen regardless.
Yeah. Nah, something like so. I heard horror stories where people don't fuck with each other at all
Ooh,
after that shit. You know, so to say that we made it, we survived, and we got closer and we became fans, like I knew Travis was tight, but we had to watch him every night, and it's like, nah, bruh is insane. Like Travis Thompson is fucking crazy.
yeah. And that, honestly, that was the first time I ever heard him too, and I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah, nah,
this is where
bro.
we're
Like,
going.
shout out to bro. Shout out to bro. He and my brother Q. Like you become hella close. Dakota, O'Day, Shell, like the whole squad. Like we got Tim. Tim was like really keep like the glue to all that shit. Like making sure we stayed focused and stayed on track. Because yes, it's fun, but we had jobs to do too. You know.
True, yeah. Now, speaking of being on again, keeping with being on tour, uh, obviously you guys had more exposure to more people. Like, did
Yeah.
that like? I mean, I'm sure it benefited you in some way,
Right.
but have you guys noticed anything like now that you've been off tour for a few months?
Oh no, it's different. Like
Hmm.
33 is by far one of the best performing projects I've had to date.
Damn, nice.
Shout out to everybody for listening to it. We just put out Deuce's deluxe album. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if everybody saw them numbers, but that was almost quarter mil first day,
It's
damn near. You
crazy.
know, so it's different. It's different. Push was like hella instrumental in the music and the designing of the plan, but the being mindful of leveraging the eyes that we just got. And I think a lot of artists have to be cognizant of that. It's like, yeah, you can get your shot, but you can also not be ready. And
Mm.
we just so happen to be ready as a crew and as individuals. Kev's getting ready to drop. Like I said, I was with Past tonight working on his stuff. Like it's everybody's clipped up, and then and then we got a whole nother clip about to drop as a crew too. So
hell yeah, staying busy.
nah, we not letting up. We gonna make it really impossible for anybody to act as if they don't know what the fuck going on.
No, that's what's up for sure. As I mean, honestly, like even outside of like just knowing you guys, like I'll listen to your music and I'll play it for other people, and they're like, oh, who's this? And like just today, I drove one of my coworkers to pick up his car, and I was playing 33, and he's like, oh, I like this, and he just took a picture of 33's album art.
Come on, bro. But I mean, think about that, right? Just that right there, bro. Like that is how it circulates, because nobody trusts the radio.
True.
And then no one, and then very few people are going to just blindly search new shit. It's usually the people who support you are your biggest supporters in your marketing team. So again, the Odd Future model and the Tyler specific model is like really fucking with who fuck with you and allowing it to blossom from there, but don't overlook who's already pulling up to support you, trying to cast this general ass net of people who may not go look nowhere, So the idea that it's circulating that way is the most ideal approach for me,
Right, and it's like kind of like what you touched on, like casting a general net. Like you don't have to do that really anymore. You can just kind of put out what you want to put out. Like people will find you.
Put out what you want to put out. You can speak directly. You can communicate. You can curate. You can add. You can control the narrative. There's all these things you can do if you so choose to. But I think a lot of it's with anything, like with technology, it's like you want to blame the tool versus the person operating.
You want to blame the stream farms.
Yeah,
they didn't click on you today.
Yeah, that shit is on you, bro. Somebody tweeted the other day, it was like 38 million songs today didn't get played. Like think about that. Like they didn't get played at all. So yes, it's definitely crowded. It's definitely oversaturated, but still people are going to fuck with what they fuck with. So I know it's people that ain't getting no plays at all. So I'm grateful for the few hundred I get that day, or the few thousand on a good day. And when Spotify send them weekly numbers, bro, or Chartmatic send them numbers, I'm hella excited about that, because it's people listening to it all over the world. And then my biggest numbers is LA, San Francisco, and Portland. Like that mean a lot. Like that mean it's like places that I've been intentional about popping up at.
That's where the fam's at. Just everywhere.
you feel me? So,
and it's almost like, I'm sure you feel like you want to cater to them more. So I mean, shows and shit, right?
Man, shows and even the art. Like I was talking to Steven, who produced 33, and we ready to spin the block on shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we not stopping it like that. It's only fueling the machine, and this is significantly different, bro. Can't nobody do what the fuck I do, bro. So
no, you're not wrong.
I'm about to just turn up, bro. It's not gonna be fair. I'm sorry. Apologies in advance.
I mean, if you still got if you got room to turn up, I mean, shit, you're gonna tear shit up.
No, but I think that's the scary part. It's like I trust me. I'm so grateful, but this is just the beginning. Especially if you've been rocking with it from the beginning, the strides have already been made, and there's still hella room for growth. So it's only gonna get better from here. So enjoy and have a blast, but it's about to get fun.
Hell yeah. No, that's what's up. Now we kind of touched on it a couple of times now, so we might as well get into the album itself. So 33 dropped a couple weeks ago now?
Yes, March 3rd, 3-3.
Hell yeah.
3-3-23, 33.
So where'd the title of the album come from then?
Man, it's to try and in fear of being hella long-winded. Like when we started it pre-pandemic, and at the time my brother would have been 33, and I wanted to dedicate it to him.
Okay.
And I did Jennifer Drive, and got hella excited, and then the world shut down. And then I think we did Edge, and maybe one other one, but those were the one. Oh, 30. We did 33. We did 33, Edge, and Jennifer Drive, and it was moving hella fast, and then the world shut down, and we started working on hella other shit. So Grand National 1, Season 1, BTS, the live album, Nothing Lasts Forever, Jane's album, like all these other, East Shore, all these other albums came out, and it was kind of like this was so personal. I needed to focus on it though. Like I couldn't do it half-ass.
Right.
And then Steven, who is he's a world-class producer, but all the murals that you see around Oakland and the Bay, like a lot of them shits are him too. So he's busy. So it's not one of those things where you can just pop in and out and he's just there at your leisure. So he turned up and got busy, and it just went quiet for a little bit. And then out of nowhere, bro, like we got back from tour, and I was so inspired. I finished that shit in like the first week we got back from tour.
Hell yeah.
And so by then you're talking about almost 3 years later, it's 2023. And I'm 33. And so there was some kind of weird synergy where it was like, damn, that's kind of trippy, bro. I meant to intend this to be for my brother, but it was for me. And that's been a metaphor for life where I've either overcompensated or tried to be everything for everyone without taking care of myself first, which ultimately has you fall short. So the lesson for life this year is just like making sure I got my shit together so I can show up as my best self for everyone I want to be there for. You know, like they tell you to put your gas mask on first. It's for a reason, bro, because you can't help nobody if you can't breathe. You feel me? So that's really the concept. Just stepping into your power.
Yeah, that's crazy that like you said, how it worked out that you just happened to also be 33 by the time y'all finished this shit up.
Ain't that shit crazy, bro? That shit is wild.
Like things work in crazy ways, and that's dope.
Yeah. Nah, man, thank you, bro.
So I mean, you mentioned that you and Steven linked up before the pandemic. How did that come about? Was it just from his street art or?
No, well, yeah, it was. Shout out my brother Sal, who shoots all my visuals. He shot the trailer, and all the assets were done by AO, but the film components were done by Salvatore Films. Brilliant filmmaker and storyteller. But he was helping me. He was stride for stride with me when I was doing my project TV Babies back in 2018, and I wanted the artwork to be something specific, and I had this idea, and he was like, I know the person that can do it. And it just so happened to be Steven. So we got together, and Steven is hella old school, bro. He not gonna attach his name to nothing he don't fuck with. So he wanted to make sure he fucked with the music first before he did the art. And I was like, that's admirable, but weird, but all right. And sure as shit, he was like, oh no, you really dope, bro. Like you really tight. And so he agreed to do the art based off him fucking with the music.
Okay.
And come to find out, he was producing for Jack and Numb and was the understudy and protege to Tone Capone back in the day. So
damn.
He has this crazy cachet as a producer, but he's made this crazy pivot to this artist that is just doing these beautiful murals and shit, and now he's back inspired. Like I take hella pride in the fact that I made him get back into music and get inspired, and now here we are, and he's done hella beat tapes and all these other projects, but now he's like popping out as a producer again, and he produced and recorded me and mixed this shit himself. Like Brez such a gem. Like I'm so grateful for bro.
Damn. No, that's crazy. Like you said, I mean, people just kind of do different things sometimes. but like when you come back and do something that you were doing originally, like that's what's up.
As artists too, like I think a lot about GN is how we appear. Is like now we can make films, we can do clothes, we can make beats, we can rap, we can write for singers, we can do all these things, and it can be overwhelming to people who don't identify, but it's all part of the same part of the brain for us. Like it's not hella far-fetched, you know, like it's all the same. It's just rooted in just loving it so much. And so you study till you blue in the face. And now you kind of go reverse engineering and you find your voice in that particular discipline eventually. So.
No, yeah, it kind of reminds me of what the whole PG Lang thing is supposed to be.
Yeah.
While they haven't really expanded on it as much, I mean, like just kind of touch on every bit of creativity and have like the whole main name attached to it, I guess.
I think that's the point too, as to why they haven't, is because literally, bro. The head of title, he was saying, John, shout out to John. He popped up by the shop and he was like, "Wait, y'all do clothes and all?" It's like, look, bro, like don't stop playing. You know, as modern day rappers, the nerve of you to just say you just rap. You better do something else. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it is. And out of necessity, learn how to write our treatments, learn how to make our Pass was showing me a pitch deck he got for a presentation. I'm like, damn, this is crazy. Like we have to know how to do all these different aspects. Otherwise, you either won't break through or someone will pull up and play middleman and take advantage of you. But we know how to service ourselves.
That's necessary these days.
It's hella necessary, bro. It's hella necessary because you think about it, like how profitable these industries are, but it's because of how much it's generating, right? So if somebody wants to license our song, but wants to hire us as a consultant on a storytelling project when they could have just hired us as the agency and gave us that whole bag, like you talking about maybe 10 bands versus 400,000.
Right.
You feel me? So give me that big bag, bro.
Like, yeah, if you're capable, why not? Just do all of it. Fuck it.
Right. It's straightforward as hell, but people gonna try to complicate it and say you're doing too much because of the scarcity. But we coming for it all.
Yeah,
we're coming for all of it.
Fuck it, why not? Right. I mean, that, like, one thing, like it reminds me of what Larry June was saying on his interview with Sway. It's like he just be doing a bunch of other shit. Like he just raps as well.
Right.
Like there's so many more aspects to a person rather than just like the thing that they're known for. Bro,
like
his clothing brand different.
Larry's the blueprint to this shit. Diversifying, like be like have a wide array of avenues so that when you do rap, you're not showing it up to it with that anxiousness that you gotta make it, because it's not serving nobody. Like pull up and want to be there, want to have fun. Hopefully you with your partners and you got something to say for real. Otherwise, take your nervous ass somewhere else.
Go get a desk job.
No, for real, bro. Take that nervous energy to corporate like that. This ain't what this is.
Yeah, you gotta be willing to take risks.
Right.
And I mean, something that you said hell long ago to me is like, there's no rules to any of it. You just gotta go.
You just gotta go. It's none. It's the Wild Wild West.
Yeah. Now, I mean, going back into the album, the next bullet point I had was like, it looks like it was meant to be made like an art piece, but that kind of makes sense with Steven's whole thing.
What's crazy is, so everybody's like, it's like, so did Steven do the art? Nah, Steven did the music. Stephen King did the music. The art is by Ayo, who's done art direction and creative direction for so many people, but most notably Rex Life Raj and all his aesthetic around the Blue Hour and California Poppy and all these amazing things, and then even her own work. Like it's so wild, and it's such an honor to work with somebody that intentional and that talented. And the original photography was done by Paige Ricks, who's another brilliant creator that I absolutely admire and look up to with the amount of integrity in her work, you know. And so it was definitely meant to be an art offering, but I could have never done it without everybody that pulled up and like really gave their all to it, bro. Like I just rap. I really just rapped and got out of everybody's way and let them do their thing for real.
Damn, hella downplaying.
No, I'm. Hey, bro. I wish I could take ownership for more. I literally just rapped and got the fuck out the way.
No, I mean, sometimes that's what you got to do, I guess. I mean, I wish I could say the same, but
watch you gonna be on your Mr. B shit. You gonna have a whole team soon. Watch.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. My man, I keep talking to my boy Jesse about it. But he brings up all the time. He's like, "Yo, you just need to get yourself on an intro for an album." I'm like, leave me alone.
Let's talk offline.
Hell yeah.
Let's talk
offline. Shit, what was he saying? You didn't have your hands all the way in it. He was just rapping. um. Anyways, how was the whole recording process with Steven? Like, was it like you were both in the studio together, made sure everything was straight, or did he send you beats?
Let me see. I did Jennifer Jive by myself. I did Wave by myself, and then sent it to C. We did Stimulated together. We did Edge together. I did Soho by myself. I did 33 by myself, and then sent it to Sue.
Mm-hmm.
PS I did by myself. Running I did the verses with Steven, and we sent it to O'Day. Barcode I did with Steven. WWND I did by myself, and then Home I did by myself, and then sent to Rippy. So it was about 50-50 damn near.
Okay.
But that was really important too, because being produced, like that's another thing that Grand National has really helped with, from Irk and Deuce. They're phenomenal rappers, but they're really great producers, and I think what's really dope about this era of hip hop is that we're not even redefining, we're helping people understand what that word actually means. And so, yes, you can make the beat, but formatting the song and quarterbacking the vision is something different.
Right.
And the producers that are making the beat too, you'd be surprised how many of them can rap better than a lot of the fools that think they're like. Why you see what Alchemist and Hipware do right now? They can rap better than anybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a they can't. They just prefer to make a fire ass beat and put somebody on. But if you allow yourself to be produced by them, the sky's the limit. And I hella credit Deuce and Kev for that. And so with Steven, I was telling him, I was like, bro, I want to be in the lab with you, and don't shy away from telling me that shit weak too. Like really push me to new dimensions to make sure that I'm getting better. You know what I'm saying? And that's really our mission statement at GN, is just to completely remove your ego from the creation process and allow yourself to be molded into something you didn't even know was possible. And so I took that into these sessions with Steven, and I was demanding him. He was like, nah, bro, you tight. I'm like, nah, bro, but you him for real. So like, and you hear it different. You made the beat. Like, what's the cadence? Like, how fast should I be rapping? How slow should I be rapping? Is the hook gonna work? Nah, that ain't working. Do it again. Like, it was a lot of that. So that's what I mean when I say I really just got out of the way and allowed myself to be produced for this one. And the proof is in the reception.
Yeah, and I mean that's it's a hard thing to admit for some people, like being like, oh no, just tell me if I'm doing something wrong, or like produce me essentially, because you know, rappers be egotistical.
Man, it's crazy. It's because I know rappers get it, but shit, hoopers are, and people that work desk jobs, like don't nobody really want to be told what to do. So
true, yeah.
You see it a lot where people really struggle being part of team organizations. And shout out to my brother B Walk. He's doing this really awesome experience at USC, where student athletes and former student athletes are all coming together and talking about our experiences in our respective industries, and how a lot of our adopted skill sets serve us in our respective industries, bro. And it's so dope to see homies that I hoop with go on to be heads of creative departments and head of meta and all these other divisions, bro, that just are so mind blowing, because they know how to work in a group. Like, you'd be surprised how much that separates. Like, you could be as talented as you want, but if you can't work with people, bro, like you're practically useless.
That's for sure. I mean, I've noticed that just being around in group projects at school, just at work, because I got a team I gotta lead. Like, if you can't communicate, if you can't tell me what you need, like I can't help you
on everything.
It's like, I want you to succeed. Let me help you. Just
like literally, you succeeding means me succeeding. So let me know how to support that. And it's really hard for a lot of people, because it requires something different. It requires a lot of of integrity for just the sake of doing a good job, so you don't let everybody else down. Like, you doing your part is dependent upon so many people are dependent upon it. And if you cutting corners like when nobody's looking, like just because, then we're all fucked. So
yeah. To put it very bluntly, yeah. I mean, yeah. And then touching on like learned skills, like that's something that, like, I mean, yeah, you can go to school, but it's like there's stuff that you just learn just by existing and doing things.
Yeah. Nah, for real, bro. Like, and especially in this last, like take the pandemic itself, and it feel like it aged people in the world. Like, if they're calling it 2.5 years, it really probably aged everybody 5 for real. You know, and it shows. It really, really shows where people just kind of hit, like, if the world shut down, a lot of people actually shut down and didn't keep advancing. And so now there's this weird sort of just like energy where you don't know what's going on, because people are like, a lot of people are playing catch up versus the people who kept working through it as nothing happened. There's literally a divide in the people who paused and those who didn't. And you're seeing the franticness of those who did pause, and now they're trying to play catch up for all that time they took off.
Yeah, no, that is for sure. Oh man, getting back into the album though, just a little bit, just a little bit, you know. we
all
keep
connected.
Oh yeah, no, 100%, and that's why I never label these as like a straight up interview regarding an album. It's a whole conversation. We'll go on tangents. We'll get into everything. It's all relevant.
Right.
So I wanted to talk about the first track, Jennifer Drive. Anytime I see a street name or an address, I know there's a meaning to it.
Right.
What is it? What is it to you?
That is my grandmother's house. My mother's mother, and maybe everybody don't have it, but there's a part of me that hopes everybody has a place where everything was just gonna always be okay. You know, no matter what was going on, no matter how ill shit was feeling, once you got to that place, everything was just better. And my cousins and I always reference Jennifer Drive as that place. Like, now that we're older, you drive by it and you realize how small it was. And you know, it wasn't state of the art anything, but it was like my grandmother just took care of so many people. So at any point, somebody was gonna pull up and get a hug, get a plate, say hi, whatever. And
it was
that
like the
was
meeting
that
spot.
house. No, for real. It was the central spot for everybody to just come try to recharge their batteries. And one of the things I think of the most is, you know, with cancel culture and sexual identity and sexual preference and all the shit. You know how people like get mad at people who are like, no, I have one black friend, I have one white friend, I have one gay friend. It's like, I damn near be feeling them though, because it's like, that's how my grandma's house was. Like, I can't tell you how many people from different walks of life just pulled up because it was a safe spot. You feel me? So the discrimination of the world for people based on whatever it was, religion or what, like even in our family, we had different religion. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure,
it was wild. So you just learn to accept people for who they are, and then you get out in the world and you realize, bro, everybody ain't like that. And you're like, damn, that's crazy. You don't like that person because they're subscribed to this or they're that, or they like that. Is such a wild.
So you don't even know them as a person. You
don't even know them. So when you really listen to Jennifer Drive, the very first line is "How sinister on Satan's playground chanting the scripture." Like, it's really that juxtaposition where it's just painting like, yo, this shit really sick out here, bro. But I can go there and be good.
That makes a lot of sense for sure. It's like there's very few, like, even though, you know, we were in the Bay, right? Like, it's a generally safe area in terms of like accepting people. Like, there's still spots where it's and having that place, it's good.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, no, it's important for sure. I want to say that just you talking about that reminded me of Saba's album, A Few Good Things, where like the entire project is him basically talking about his grandparents' house in Chicago and how like that was the spot. That was where everyone would link up. Everyone in the family would come there. Everyone that they knew was there, and it would just be the safe space essentially, like you said. I think that's dope.
Yeah, man.
Now, I mean, I have some notes for most of the tracks here, but
No, dude, do your thing. I'm
right.
I'm on your time, bro.
Also, before I get way further into it, because we'll just keep talking. Anyone in chat, you feel free to drop some questions. I pinned a comment in case y'all didn't see it. We'll bounce back and forth. We got it's a conversation,
right?
So going through the rest for Wave.
Sheesh.
So my general thought of it at first was like, are you just talking about strictly shifting sounds for particular people, or riding waves, following waves? Like, it feels like you touched on a little bit of everything with that.
I always love these with you because you really listen, and the things that people normally just it goes over their head. You get it. You nailed it right away. Like it's like, bro, we created a whole fucking ocean for people to come drop their boat off in and get to where they need to be finally, when it went like it was dried up. Like it was literally the ocean was dried. It was nowhere for nobody in the bay to go. And I mean that go for everybody. Wasn't nobody doing nothing. And we got to work during the pandemic and turn shit up, and now people can sell their boat for real. So you welcome.
No, yeah. Like I was just thinking about it too. Like there was a gap where it almost feels like there was nothing happening. Right? Like
bro, I can't make it up. There was literally nothing going on, and then out of nowhere it was like boom. And if ain't nobody gonna say it publicly, people step to me in the street all the time and said, "Man, thank y'all, because y'all just turned shit up and y'all inspired me." It's like, cool. I'm glad you feel that way. So I'm not making it up.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's not to say that things weren't happening during like that time, but I know there was like it felt honestly like there was a gap between HBK and then Grand National. Like everyone was doing their thing, right? Come on, bro.
Hey, thank you. I'm just glad you said it. That's all.
Because like you think about it now, like obviously everyone in Grand National and everyone associated is popping off and doing shit. Like you guys are doing your thing. Mac Maze is doing their thing. Yep. Like, I mean, Sue's been doing his thing, but La Russell kind of popped off right around that same time.
Hey, watch the Nothing Lasts Forever documentary. You see, it's an awesome La Russell moment in there, bro, where he just like his mind was blown. So it's like, yeah, y'all, everybody's welcome, bro. Y'all welcome.
Also, that dropped like the same time we started this, right?
Yeah, it dropped at 9 tonight. I'm about to go watch it again, like I haven't seen it, because it's so dope. Like me like that's my girl said, it's like, bro, you and Kev relationship is so strange. It's my big brother. Like him and Deuce are my big brothers. Right. And so I have little brother energy all the time, and they gotta be like, bro, relax, you know.
We're peers.
So and nobody's a bigger fan of me than my big brother. So I'm about to watch that shit like I haven't seen it and just be there in awe, because it's such an awesome story.
No, that's dope. I definitely need to check that out. Shoot, I might just throw it up on stream depending on how long it is later on.
Man, please do. Please check it out.
No, that's for sure. Speaking of just, I guess, stuff that I saw, before I forget, I saw that you posted earlier today. Let's see if I can do this right. Oh. Let's see if I can do this right. There we go. Hell yeah. I saw you were there.
Shout out Lex and Coop, man. My dogs. They put on a hell of a party, and it's gonna be a good time.
Hell yeah, April 29th. If anyone's free, I'm gonna try to come through. Shoot, I'd probably work.
Slide on me.
Shoot, I mean, I'm gonna be moving in pretty close to there, so I might come by.
Hey, yeah, a welcome party, a housewarming.
Right. I mean, I think I moved the weekend before, so we will see. But yeah, I wanted to throw that up because it's always exciting when my friends are out there doing their thing.
Nah, man, thank you. I'm hella looking for it. It's been a long time coming. Like we've been trying to do this for a long time. And it just worked out. I got 33 to work, and I had a bros pull up on me and just make it a party.
Sweet. I'm gonna try to come through. I'm looking forward to it.
Come through, man.
Now let's switch back to this view. Hell yeah. So, see, some things work. Technical difficulties don't go all the way through, but speaking difficulties do.
Come on.
Yeah. Anyways, Wave was pretty dope.
Thank you, bro. C plus is a monster. I can't believe he's been one of my favorite MCs for so long, and we still haven't like officially pieced up. But I produced something for Kariga Bailey and reached out to him for that, and then we kind of bonded over that. And then when I circled back to him for this, he sent it, and I just like. I didn't know what to say for a couple of days. I was like, bro, I can't believe you can. I know you can rap like that, but he insane, went in, bro. He's so insane.
He went crazy on that one for sure.
He went crazy. Shout out C plus.
Next track is Stimulated. I didn't write anything down for this one. There's honestly a couple that I didn't write anything down for, but I do remember this was one of the shorter ones, and it almost felt like an interlude, but it's like it's track number 3.
Yep.
Like was it meant to like segment the album in any way?
It dang, bro, you so dope. Like it is. It's sequenced that way for a reason. Because it's the commercial. It was what we were calling it the whole time. It was like, no, this is the commercial. So when we came to market, it's the first thing anybody heard from it was the acapella of that. I just knew I wanted it to be that because of what I was saying.
This was the one that you did, like you posted on IG before, right?
Yep.
Okay.
It was the first thing anybody heard, and it worked better than I could ever even imagine, bro. The comments and the response and the outreach for that, the day that dropped was so wild.
No, because I remember seeing that posted, and Push and Scott were doing their stream. I'm like, hey, play that Untitled Mani track.
Shout out Push and Scott, man.
I mean, if Scott ends up showing up, he has something to apologize for, but I'll let him talk about it in chat.
Okay.
Now Edge, I didn't have anything for Edge again, but it was a vibe, that's for sure.
Yeah,
take the edge off.
Big dog pep love. Nah, that's exactly what it is. Take the edge off.
And honestly, following Stimulated, I mean, just titles alone, you mad stimulated. You want to relax for a second.
Right, man. Take the edge off.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, like, because I've been listening to this album like just on and off since it dropped, really.
Right. And
it's like I only recently started focusing. I'm like, yo, what are you really trying to say here?
Right, I got you now. It's to your point. It's weird having that banter with you because I don't know how committed you are to these thoughts and emotions, but you're nailing each one of them. It was like, nah, as stimulated is the commercial, like it's just we're hella overstimulated. And then in this space, I'm just trying to take the edge off. That's it. And that's what Edge is about 100% when you listen to it. The rat race or the paper chase or whatever you want to call it, depending on how you frame it, that shit is overwhelming. It's not even realistic to sustain. And having your whole life be set up and dedicated to some shit that's not even fueling you. You know what I'm saying? So, especially when you transcribe Pep's verse, and I went down to LA and spent some time with him at his studio, and we just talked about like how elite of an MC he is, and it was such a treat to watch bruh write that verse. And break down his lines and how he formats shit and like how we were on the same page. It was just life changing, bro. But the conceptually, I got to retroactively find out where he was at that time in his life, and we didn't talk about it until the record dropped. You know, so it was wild, bro. It's really wild to see how a lot of it came together.
No, that's cool because like, I mean, learning what an artist has to say after the fact. Like you think it's a dope verse, and then having like the further meaning to it. kind of changes everything.
Right.
Like I forgot what song it is, or what track it was. But I've had a few times where it's like, oh, this artist is talking about a project, and I had my own ideas about it, and I thought it was dope in this way, but then they broke it down in terms of what it meant to them, and that changed my thoughts on it entirely and made it so much deeper.
It's art is fun that way, where you're supposed to have your own feelings from first contact, and then if you're ever fortunate enough to hear the footnotes or the liner notes or the thoughts and the behind the scenes details, then hopefully it does make you want to go, at the very least, go listen to it.
No, yeah, for sure. Now a couple more tracks. I mean, not a couple more. There's a whole 7 more tracks. Soho. I didn't touch anything or touch on it at all in my notes. But what do you have to say about that track?
Soho's my favorite thing I've ever done. And selfishly, or part of my learning, I had been moving away from being hella excited about those songs, because they rarely is it everyone else's favorite. And from the day it dropped, people have been called. I've ended up in like 4-hour long phone conversations about Soho, and I didn't expect it to touch that many people, because it was so specifically for me, and these really vivid still shots of some recent beautiful moments and experiences. And the story kind of wraps with a conversation on the roof of Soul House, where I'm telling one of my best friends in the world, shout out Ryan, just thank you for believing in me when no one else did. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just, I'll never forget, like, going to Amsterdam the first time and being hella shy and wanting to do this for real, and him being like, bro, you tight, like, you gotta hold your head up though, you gotta really lean into it, and you gotta own it if you want it, and unless you own it, it ain't gonna happen the way you want to. And that's kind of the point. It's just like, we're in Soul House, Amsterdam, and we're having this conversation just about believing yourself, and it just felt right to dedicate the halfway point to such a very pivotal moment in the last few years of my life.
Damn, no, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I remember, like, the lyrics, like, talking about Ryan specifically. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, it gets more personal when you add an actual person to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
right.
It's like, and it's not even like a fake name for them or anything like that. It's just Ryan. Which is dope.
It's very, very, very specific. Very specific. Yeah. I learned that watching them recap Illmatic, and they're just saying how specific that album was, but how it impacted the world. And it's like, yo, that's kind of what you're supposed to do, is like, just tell your very specific story. And again, in any event, you're able to tell the world what it all meant, then bet. But if not, this is for those people that knew what it was about. Like, I don't have, again, not casting a general net, is very specific.
Mm-hmm.
These songs are about people. These are real people. And
like you said, this is like a very specific song for you. So having people connect to it in the way that it seems like they are, that sounds dope.
Yeah, I still can't believe that it's so many people's favorite joint, because I was like, it's just one for me. It'll be fun. And my little cousin was probably the funniest. He texts the group, the family group thread, and made a big scene. And I was just like, I didn't know what to say. Like, I'll reserve the comparison that he made, but it really made me happy as a rapper.
No, that's awesome. Now we're at 33, the title track. I mean, we talked about what the album meant for you. Is this also tying in just directly towards all of that as well?
Listen to those verses is all I can say. Is we couldn't have said it better. I think I know what Sue means for me.
Yeah.
And fortunately enough, we're older now and can have some different conversations. And I know what to ask him, and I couldn't be prouder of, when you hold someone in that high regard as an artist, it's hella dope to see the person that they are and that they become, and that they aren't bitter and aren't jaded by the things that they've been through. No, there's so very few people have accomplished what I Am Sue has accomplished, and whether he gets his flowers or not from the world, I'm always big him up as one of my favorite rappers ever. But a lot like me, granted, different stages, very different stages. You can't take care of everyone without putting you first. And you hear it so clearly in his verse, and I'm just so proud of that moment. Like as an MC, I'm really proud that we had that moment.
Yeah, I mean Sue's verse. I mean he's never shouted out Richmond, so. But like how'd you decide to have Sue on that verse versus anyone else? I guess.
I'd be lying if I said it was hella strategic or hella thought out. I know how I like him to sound, and because he's been so prolific at making hits, people act as if he's not one of the most elite pens ever out of the Bay. And when you get to hear him in that space, you're reminded like, oh no, he'll tear your fucking head off and you don't stand a chance. And so that was just one of them ones when Steven sent it. I was like, I loved it immediately. I did my verse hella quick. And I hit him. I was like, yo, I'm sending this shit to Sue, and Sue's hella funny. Like he ain't gonna tell you it's weak. He just not gonna do it. And so he sent that shit back that night, and it was that. And I was like, oh wow, like okay.
So you know he liked it clearly.
Yeah, so I know he fucked with it because he did it right away.
It's funny as a little bit of side note. We listened to that track on the OK We're live stream, and Push's comments like, "Man, why Sue always got to go rap his ass off when he's on Mani's verses?" where he just gives me the thugger verses.
No, that's been everybody's comment. Is like, damn, bro, how you get Sue to rap like that? And I take it as a compliment for me, because it's like, yo, I'm gonna show up with on my job today, but we might have a surprise for y'all soon.
Oh, okay.
We might have a surprise for y'all soon.
Now, speaking of OK We're Live, Scott just commented from that Twitch account saying that he's here.
Hey.
I think he has something to apologize for.
Oh shit! Here we go. I have no idea what is. Shout out Scott though.
I will put him on the spot. Eventually, he'll say something in chat.
Okay.
Or he'll send me the thing that I told him to send me.
Okay.
What are you talking about? You didn't say anything to him. Anyways, he's saying he's apologizing for the beat that he sent you.
Oh shit.
Because it wasn't good.
But see, Scott is he gets a pass because he officially gave me one of my best live songs ever in my catalog. and anybody that's in here right now, please go listen to Anger off of Communion 2. That fucking beat is so crazy, bro. We did that shit every night on tour, and it went off every night. So you don't got shit to apologize for, Scott.
Well, I guess he's fine. Oh shit. Speaking of Anger, let's see if it plays properly. We'll give. Hopefully, this doesn't get caught by any sort of copyright. But we'll fucking find out. I don't know if you can hear it.
Yeah, I'm not on the Twitch. I'm on the Zoom, so I probably can't.
I mean, it's on screen share. I mean, but but I don't know.
Yeah, no, that'd be.
Shout out to those drums.
Heard this was a safe space. Let me get this off my chest.
I'm pretty sure Scott showed me the beat that he sent you, and I was like, oh yeah, no, I understand why you're upset about this. We'll pause there. We don't want to get caught by nothing, just in case.
Just in case.
No, but Anger goes hard. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, that's a joint. I'm so proud of that song.
Nah. And shoot, I mean, what'd you say? Scott said, I got left on red and listened back and said, nah, I understand. Yep.
I feel hella bad because it's totally what I did. So I can't even like make nothing up. Like I for sure listened and just kept it pushing, but didn't even trip. But as an artist, I get how annoying that is. Like, bro, say something. Fuck. Like, say something. My bad, Scott, bro. I gotta own that. I apologize.
No, this is supposed to be the other way around.
No. I hella kept it lit. I don't remember. I must not have fucked with it, but I'm making fun of Sue. But I'm totally the same way. I'm totally not gonna tell you I don't fuck with it. I'm just not gonna do it. So.
You don't.
That's that for no value shit.
You don't have the chat up, but this guy's saying, no, I apologize. It was ass. He's really going in on himself. Paul.
Oh, shit.
Anyways, where were we?
We wrapped up 33.
33, hell yeah. I mean, that was perfect timing. It would only have been better if Push was also here to be upset. P.S. Psilocybin Sundays. Is this meant to be Sunday evenings? Or Sunday midday?
Probably earlier, the earlier side. Like I don't know how everybody else likes to.
So before Sunday morning.
No, not even before Sunday morning. Just like Sunday morning, like proper, like 9, 10 a.m.
Okay.
You had your coffee, your breakfast, you got something in your stomach type shit.
So almost brunch.
Yeah.
I was just
Exactly.
poking fun at the song Sunday morning.
but you could also you could do it whatever you want to. I hella like being outside and like the sun and shit. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
We got
my
it.
brother Lane.
We just got a comment from Lex.
Lex
Saying,
Bubble.
hell yeah. Of all the projects you've done, which one means the most to you and why?
That dick. He knows I can't answer that. He knows I can't answer that.
You love all your children the same. No one's my favorite.
Nah. I see. That's why I don't have no kids because the ugly kid would get roasted for sure.
Damn.
Nah, 33 is in a class of its own. 33 and Comminion too. Because they're my most recent too. So it's like I'm hopeful that I get to have a career that allows me to love the current one the most and not romanticize what was. These two for sure. And then I was just talking to Half Black, and the LMA project that isn't out anywhere is one of my favorite things I've ever done. But
Wait, what
it's
do you mean
the
the
first thing I
LMA
ever
project?
done. It's the first record I ever released.
Oh,
and it's
okay.
not. It's just not. It's not on any DSP. So, so that's just romanticizing that old shit is like it's cool, but I feel like I'm getting so significantly better. So it's 33 and it's not even close for me.
It's kind of like you're always improving, so your new stuff's always going to be your best.
Man, until I hit that ceiling or just get so full of myself, I start mailing it in. But I don't foresee that at all. I just wouldn't do it. I love it too much.
No, that's fair. Hey.
Like
It pushes in. You're thinking I'm talking about R&B.
do not get pushed started on no R&B. You don't want to hear that shit. You don't want to hear that shit.
No, what you talking about? He loves R&B. He hates rap.
Oh man.
Hell of people are in here now. Shout out to my friends.
Oh, that's what's up.
Damn. So shit, we got sidetracked again. We got what, 4 more tracks off the album, and then we got some other random shit to talk about.
Hit me.
Running. it almost sounded like it could have been a final track for this project.
You think so?
Like just based on the production alone.
Right.
It feels like it's wrapping things up.
Yeah, we went back and forth on that a lot. That running almost didn't make it, and then O'Day saved the day, literally.
Damn.
Like it didn't have a hook for a really long time, and it was hella dark. And then Steven remixed it, and the beat changed it completely.
Okay.
And then I still was like, I don't know. And then O'Day sent that chorus back, bro, and I was like hooks are hooks for a reason, bro. And then people that can sing and perform like that are elite for a reason too, because that shit was it just made it one of them ones. I remember I sent it to AO who did the artwork, and she's like, yeah, that's the joint, or that's the one. It was like it made me happy as fuck.
Damn. And the other thing I was gonna say, like regarding like why I felt it would be the last track, is just you bleep some spots out, so it's like, oh, this is like
you caught that.
So it's like, okay, this is like your almost like your Sing About Me.
Damn, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that, but it's you got a good ass point, and maybe one day I'll talk about that shit. But I'm hella glad we made that choice too.
Mm-hmm. No, and I imagine there's a reason for them being bleeped out and stuff. We don't need it.
Yeah, no, it was. It's crazy how you mature in a matter of time. Like when I said it, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stand on that. And then the closer we got, it was like serendipitous as fuck, bro. Like I met somebody that was attached to one of the names that were said, and they humanized that person in a way that hadn't been done for me as a fan. And I was like, fuck, I can't say that. It ain't even worth it. It's not even worth it.
I mean, that goes just to growth in general, I guess.
No, facts.
Because I mean, was this one of the earlier tracks that you recorded?
Yeah,
okay.
Yep. It was. Yeah, that was one of the first ones. It was in that batch between Jennifer Drive and 33.
Oh, I see. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense then, for sure. Because I mean, that's a decent amount of time in between the two, or in between the actual release and recording.
Right.
Barcode. The sample's crazy.
Sheesh.
And I
Rap. Tell me, go find somebody that can do that. I dare.
Man. Like I wrote these notes, or this note in my car when I was like on lunch. So the notes literally just say the sample's crazy, and I feel like it goes between a few things: systemic racism, drugs, and violence.
It's pretty accurate.
And I mean, I'm laughing about it, but those are all very serious topics, of course.
You gotta laugh. But the humor is the fact that they're still serious topics, and how much the final footnote of that is that how much of the economics all of those things drive. Like that's the what's hyphy selling white sheets to hype beasts and turning plantations into Disneyland. Like that's like what the fuck, bro? Like y'all selling this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the irony of it all. That it's big business, and the Dame Dash sample is in there for that reason. You know, this is big business we talking about between segregation and systemic racism and shit. So
yeah, and it's like it feels like it touched on a lot of I guess how trap music works right now, where it's like it's not necessarily that they're romanticizing what's going on down there, like, you know, trap music, drugs, violence, all that pretty common things, I feel like, in terms of what's popular in hip hop right now, but it's not stuff that is necessarily benefiting anyone other than the people who are making money off of the music, which is not necessarily the artist.
Gave them Adderall, now they monetizing retention. Like, come on, bro. Like you can't make this shit up. Like I wish it was that clever where, oh, that's a bar. No, nigga, that's the truth. That's exactly what's happening. It's like, hey, make your songs 90 seconds. But if you're Mr. Beast and you make 40-minute videos, you can be a billionaire. This shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah. It's like, it's just shit's all over the place. That's for sure.
This shit, that's why I said don't let no weird ass person tell you these are the rules. Don't nobody know, bro.
Ain't no rules to it.
Punch from TD, Punch from TD is over there telling you like it's been one of the most successful indie imprints, and there's like, we just over here winging it, bro. We don't know what the fuck we doing.
And honestly, like even though Punch probably knows what he's doing it on his own rules.
Right. That's the point. It's like that's what Dame was saying when they were shopping Jay. They're going into these meetings, and it's these people that aren't even immersed in the culture telling them what's not going to work. And it's like, well, all right, cool. Then I'll just go do it myself. And then for those same people to spin the block and act like they never had that conversation with you is weird. So you may as well just do your fucking thing. And it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy at all. But you stay consistent, and they're not going to be able to ignore you. And everybody going to act like they've been fucking with you from the jump. That's exactly what I'm going through right now.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be people who that's something that comes up for a lot of rappers, I feel. And not even just rappers, just people who start to get attention in general.
Yeah. It's part of it. And you got to keep your wits about yourself, bro, because it's not rooted in anything, and it's not even once the pendulum swings and it's like they fucking with you, that's not real either. Keep doing the work, bro. Don't feed into this silly shit. I'm about to go watch my niece, bro, and watch fucking Akili or some shit. I'm about to do some regular shit.
Yeah, just let me go about my day. I don't want to. I don't want to talk about this shit.
That cocoa melon, nigga. What? I'm not fucking with you, rap. That shit is weak.
So when you gonna drop a track to Coco Melon?
Hey, stop playing. I'm gonna text you something right now. I got a whole kids album on the way. Right
Yo, now. That's crazy.
Stop playing. I might be having my niece turned up.
Hell yeah.
Hey, my YouTube algorithm looks so crazy, bro. I got everything on there from Fig Munity to fucking Coco Melon on my algorithm.
Man, is Yo Gabba Gabba still a thing? You finna get a spot on
that? It's a whole new day, bro. These new YouTube fucking personalities got this. They over there flipping. They flipping real joints over there, making them kids learning songs. So that's what gave me the idea. Is like, oh, you can really turn some shit up. So I'm over there trying to just flip some Manny shit, like some soul music.
That'd be dope.
Into an alphabet.
Just do YouTube for kids, Mani Draper, and then once they're old enough, they'll get the other YouTube and see everything else.
They'll grow.
No, that's smart.
It'll be stages for sure.
Now you get middle school aged shit. You ain't ready for the real shit yet.
You're not ready, not just yet.
Man, speaking of going back to the album again, touching on the stuff that we talked about with Barcode, that goes pretty well into what would Nipsey do. First of all, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. Man, that shit had me fucked up, and it still does, to be honest. Right. But let me show you what this hustle about. Like, outside of just that, touching on the stuff that we talked about regarding like violence and drug use, I'm sure Nipsey was around that, and that might have been, not might, but it could have been thought of as part of his demise, unfortunately. Not necessarily the drug use, but the culture, which it's unfortunate for sure. But what do you think Nipsey would do? Just in general.
He would stay true to the marathon, and he's the perfect representation of somebody that just did it long enough to have the type of cultural equity that's so hard to understand. There were people that that cover pop culture that were forced to talk about this underground street rapper because his death rocked the world. And he was just having his moment after a decade plus of being quote unquote underground. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the that's the part where people gonna try to cut corners and figure out some kind of weird ass formula for the algorithm to cheat it. And there is no cheating this shit. I don't care what new AI come out and chat TV, whatever the fuck, like you could, like none of it's gonna help you have that much cultural equity. So again, the scarcity, the anxiety, all the shit that comes from wanting status, take that shit to corporate. This is hip hop, fam. Like you gotta earn your stripes here. And that's what Nip would do. He wouldn't cry and complain about niggas hating. He wouldn't be down about doors being closed in their face and still getting denied certain this, that. He would just make another project independently on his own. And that's the blueprint that I've committed to in terms of just turning it up, putting my head down and doing the work. And by the time we look up, they're gonna be like, bruh's the best to ever do it. And they'll all be surprised, and I'll just be like, I've been told you that. So
yeah. You just keep it pushing for sure.
Just keep it pushing. Just keep it pushing.
It's like, you didn't like that stuff. All right, cool, whatever. I'm gonna just keep doing me.
Yep.
No, that makes sense, and it's something that I think. I mean, it's hard to get over it. You know what I mean? Like, man, it's very easy to be. I mean, if you put anything out, like no matter what sort of lane you're in, like you're gonna feel some sort of way based on what people say.
Right.
But then, just having the wherewithal to be like, nah, it's okay. I'm gonna just keep doing me because there's an audience for it. There's people who want to see this.
Man, but even beyond that though, you think about shout out to Dijon from LA that did the rap report card. And if you just zoomed in to see the report card, the larger context for the conversation he was attempting to have was about cultivating and quality control. And people decided to just be in their feelings and miss the point. And in a weird ass way kind of proved the point that he was making, like the nepotism and the weird ass shit that takes place in hip hop is killing us. We're killing ourselves. Like you can blame it on corporations and the man and all this shit, but we doing this shit to ourselves, bro. Like we not policing ourselves good enough. It's a lot of weak shit that's getting pushed through because this person is popular or can do something for you. But that nigga weak for real, and somebody need to say something. You know what I'm saying? So he did. He made a report card and gave niggas their grades and whoever felt the way, but go make better music.
No, you're right.
It's a pretty simple formula. Like I hate that shit when some critique or something happens and you go back and forth with the critic. That's the critic. Like go back and forth with the person in front of you. Like go have that back and forth with your engineer or your producer or your A&R, or your manager or your crew for not holding you accountable and telling you the truth. Like somebody let you go outside being weak.
Yeah, too many yes men.
Too many yes, and that's what's killing us.
Yeah, it's like I mean, personally, I didn't look super into it because I only saw what LaRussell was talking about afterwards,
right.
And I mean, yeah, sure, feel some sort of way about it, but then he realized, like afterwards, like after he got it all out, he's like, oh, you know what? This is kind of the whole thing. This is something like we wanted to touch on all of this anyway.
Bro, go do the work. Like that man grade book ain't gonna stop the brand deals from coming in for Russell. Ain't gonna stop how much people love him, how much he means to Vallejo. Like that I wish I had more proximity to bro, because I would have just told him to drop a song that day. Like fuck going back and forth with that nigga.
Yeah. That would have been perfect.
That would have been perfect. Like just go rap. Like that, and that's the thing that's being missing. Like I can't wait to somebody say something dumb about me. It's gonna be a track out in the next 3 minutes. Like it's gonna be so overbearing how fast it comes back. Niggas not gonna know what to do. Like, don't play with me.
And now that kind of reminds me of just diss tracks in general. Like that sometimes people respond right away. Like when Royce and Lupe were going at it, they're just a couple hours.
Yeah, but again, you're talking about two of the greatest to ever do it. Lupe is the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah,
Royce is right there. So they gonna rap for real. There's not gonna be hella back and forth. I'm at the lab right now.
You know, you're right.
Royce go to the lab like it's a 9 to 5.
He lives
Like
there.
that shit is insane. He lives there. It's not them are not the people to play with, and you gonna find out the hard way.
Yeah. And then we have stuff like where the game did Black Some Shady and Eminem just totally ignored it.
Yeah. Cause who like what, bro? Get out of here. It's Eminem you talk like people like I know it's been cool and been popular to make fun of Eminem the last few years, but stop playing.
You don't want Eminem to diss you.
That's the stop playing with the big dog, bro.
Eminem, he hit back at Machine Gun Kelly so hard that he made him switch genres.
Literally, stop playing with him, bro.
We got some a shout out for you from Naked Pancakes 11. Mani, you might not have the shine Nip did, but it's coming. You stayed true since 1021.
Come on, 1021. That was our man. I got to do 1021 on the next record because that was where it all started at. That's so for reference. That's my OG. That's my mentor, my big brother, and the first person to ever put some money up behind me and like give me all the gear, like make sure I had everything I needed to rap. And he's the one that was like, bro, you got to make beats too. Like, don't sit around waiting on nobody. You feel me? Like, I love you, bro. That's my nigga for real.
That's what's up. Those are the types of comments that we want to see. We want to see people getting their flowers.
Man.
So we got one more track on this album.
Ooh.
We on Home.
Going home.
And now I know I said Running felt like an outro track. This is for sure an outro track.
Yeah.
Especially with the way that you ended it. Like talking about the, I guess, general process of this album and how you definitely sat with some of these songs and themes and ideas a lot longer.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, knowing your output, that is definitely not a normal thing for you.
Right.
Like how important was it for you to kind of acknowledge it and bring all that up at the end there?
It's so wild. I had no idea I was gonna do that. I had no idea I was gonna do that, and didn't even understand why until I played it for Deuce, and Deuce framed it perfectly. He was like, "Bro, I'm so glad you did that and offered that like broke that wall of transparency." And it served the whole journey better than anything could. To your point, like my output has been crazy, but people don't know that Communion 1 and Communion 2 were recorded in a week after we got right. Like nobody knows that because I never said nothing. I just kept it pushing. So it's like, oh damn. So I do need to slow down and explain a little bit more why we turning up so much, because this is the response to trauma. Like about my OG said it the other day. He was like, for anybody that lost 2 hard drives would have been broken and you just turned up. Yeah, man, I'm really a machine for real.
Yeah, so, you're like, I bet I'll just put on more music.
No, for real. Like I in my mind, for whatever reason, my body physically responded to that trauma as if I bitch up now, them niggas won. So we might as well turn up. And luckily, Kev is a sicko just like me. He pulled up every night and was like, bro, we gonna turn up. And we literally did C1 and C2 on the week.
That's crazy.
So I know they felt fast and it was like, nah, bro, them shits those are responses to getting bit. And it just is what it is. It's the tax for living in the jungle. And I could be mad at them, or I also could and analyze the circumstances in which we live in. Like like in my old building, bro, the dude above me had just sold his company, and so he was up a few million and like looking for property. But outside our building was the largest homeless encampment in the town.
Damn. Yeah.
So you think about that spectrum. It's sick out here. So of course we gonna feed on each other. I was slipping. That's what it was. All right, bet. So I could be frozen or I could just get to work, and we decided to get to work.
Oh.
I came home in the process. I moved back to the rich and kind of licked my wounds and studied and spent time with family and like going for walks and shit and like and growing vegetables and shit, and it's just different, bro. It's a different life over here.
Yeah, you're just on something else entirely now.
You're on something completely different, and I'll be on something different here shortly too. Like LA's a calling.
Ooh. Now, I mean, not to stick on getting bipped too hard, but do you feel like that was a turning point in terms of just how you do music in general, or like just thoughts and output in general? I guess.
That's a good question. Maybe so. Maybe subconsciously. I haven't. Maybe this is the first time to acknowledge it. But I think I was hanging a little bit too much cachet on the idea that I had all this music on these drives, and it's like, yeah, until you don't. And the funny part is, they probably just wanted the laptop and the iPad and the other shit, and my hard drives are fucking ashtrays somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality of it. So yeah, you cool, but if it ain't out in the world, it ain't. Who's it doing any of a service to? So maybe you're right in that regard, bro. Like maybe that did completely change my outlook on the output, because it's like we're recording shit now and bringing it to market fast as possible. But that also is just a means of separating from the pack, because it's so many people trying to treat rap like a lick, and they do it as a side hustle, and they don't really love it for real. So the fact that they doing it like that, I'm all the way in. I'm just gonna turn up on you and completely distance myself, because you can't do this, because I put everything into it. Like,
because you really do this for real.
Yeah, because I literally do it. So while it's your side job and it's your side gig or your hobby or whatever, it's my life, and I dedicated my life to art. So I gotta keep going so that there is no confusion. Like, you're not gonna hear my name with the rest of these niggas no more. That's
a good thing. you're on a different level entirely now. That's for sure. Well, I mean, not to say you weren't before, but yeah, I mean, shoot. I mean, how does it feel to just to think that there's some guy out there with a hard drive of unreleased Mani music?
Man, I promise you that shit is a coaster in a trap house right now.
I mean, realistically, that's probably what it is.
It's a shim for somebody's offset coffee table. Like, they don't give a fuck.
Man, this table wobbly. Yeah. Throw me the hard drive.
Use that hard drive we stole last December.
Very specific.
They don't give a fuck, man.
But like, imagine you start getting way more attention all of a sudden, and like, ooh, I got unreleased Mani shit.
That's probably what will happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's so much shit I wasn't able to regain. So have fun. But I just wrote a bar. I just did a song last night where it's like, just know I'm in 2043 when you bite my new shit. Like, have it. Please have it, because I'm in a whole nother world at this point.
Hey, yeah, you keep evolving. You keep changing.
Yeah, it's moving way too fast to be worried about who got what.
Lex saying until you blow up and they drop all your music on Dat Piff.
Right.
Just like Tupac dropping an album every other week.
That nigga stole my identity.
Yo, that'd be crazy.
That'd be hella funny.
It's like, how do you even claim that?
You can't. Like, what I'm gonna say? It's like, yeah, I don't know. It'll be fly though. Like, they'll just start leaking hella songs, and it'll be fun. I'll have fun with it.
Nah, you got to at that point, right?
I'm gonna have fun with it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It'll mean we made it. How about that?
No, that's for sure. And then Scott's over here saying he's going to be releasing an unreleased Mani on SoundClick and Reverb Nation.
That should go B Club.
On B Club. Naked Pancake saying, I can't wait to drop Mayor when you blow up.
Oh my gosh! Please don't drop that song. and that's bro got songs I ain't heard in so long.
One of the deep cuts.
It's one of the first songs I ever did. That shit sounds so horrible.
Hey, you got to start from
My,
somewhere. That's for sure.
all my partners from then, they because they were there when I made it, they love them songs and they be playing them when I go up there and I be like, bro, turn this shit off. Oh my gosh.
Hey, but that's just a testament. You've been good since then, or at least people thought you were good since then.
Right. Like, oh man.
It's like, no, I'm so much better now. Why are you still playing this?
I'm so no, that's no. All right, so that's a serious thing. I want my partners to know I'm so much better. They're like, nah, it ain't better than your old shit. I'm like, no, I promise you it is. I promise you.
Yo, that's I'm saying your old stuff from how long ago was that?
Bro, that was 2010. That was
13
2011.
years.
I was trying to be Currency and Wiz so bad. That shit sound crazy.
Hey, that makes sense though. That was the time for it.
Nah, it was. I'm telling you, bro. It was like Currency, Wiz, Nip, Absol, Stally.
That's a
Crit.
crazy mix of people to be.
No, for real, bro. I was literally. I thought I was one of them niggas for sure.
I'm gonna just roll the dice, see which one hits.
Oh God, bro. Oh God. And then who came out of nowhere? And then it was like, oh no, I gotta be like him. I forget who it was. Crit, Wiz, Currency, Soul, Nip. Oh, Freddie, and then fucking Freddie Gibbs.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
No, I believe Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah.
He definitely fits in with the majority of that crowd.
Yeah. No, they were damn near a clique. Like they
just the blog rappers.
Yeah. The blog, exactly. They dominated the blog.
Every day you go on what was it? The Double XL at least, or Hip Hop DX.
Two Dope Boys,
Two Dope,
DX.
yeah.
And World Star wasn't trash then.
World Star wasn't just fight videos.
World Star would post a lot of the DD172 shits. It was really creative control. Like if you went to creative control, they would post Wiz, Currency, Stally, J Electronica, Most Def, Locksmith, C Plus, Ski Beats, that whole way. Nicole Ray, who's Lady Ray now, like they would post all that shit back then. I would every morning I would go and just hit refresh on that shit.
Also, going back to the album right quick, you shout out Locksmith.
I did. That's my bro. I actually did talk to him, but I don't know if he's heard that yet. As a listener, it don't sound like a diss, do it?
No.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think I only picked up on it because I know Locksmith. Right. But it sounds like a shout out.
Yeah. No, it totally was. Again, those are the things you think about when you love people and they've done so much for you already. It's like, I hope bro take that as a big up.
As a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I don't know, just being online so much, I just say shit. I just assume people are gonna take it the wrong way, but
right.
I don't pay no mind to it anymore.
No, that's a lot of the shit I don't be tripping off of, but like people like him,
yeah.
He just not for fuck what he means to me, what he means so much to
Richmond,
to Richmond specifically, but then like he was carrying a particular lane of the Bay on his back where they swore niggas from the Bay couldn't rap. They would never say that shit about Locke. You know what I'm saying? They would dismiss the hyphy era completely, but never dismiss him as an elite MC. And it's such a prestigious thing to carry, and it was just him for a very long time that the world would recognize as an elite MC from that wave of rappers from the Bay. Like, actually, obviously, Hyro get they praise, and Saphir and them niggas, like they love them, but once the hyphy era started, they just dismiss all of those rappers, and it's unfortunate. Yeah. And then even once you get to HBK, they still kind of forget that Sue's pen is crazy.
Yeah, because it's like all the songs that were popping weren't really the ones that were, the traditional hip hop head music.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, that's fine, and that's something that I've learned like as I've gotten older too. It's like there's a time and place for both of them. Like you can have fun. You can listen to songs that don't really mean a whole lot,
Right.
but also have a place for the overly lyrical shit.
No, it's crazy, especially being from here. This is one of the few places where you can go, and the DJ, like shout out Slowpoke, is so well versed in everything.
Yeah.
And we were laughing at the 33 release, listening, because he knows me for one, and then he got the project, and he was like, "Oh, I'm about to play straight boom bap shit for Mani." So he just played all boom bap shit, and then I was like, "Bro, what are you doing?" He's like, "My bad. What you want to hear?" And I was like, "Actually, keep going."
You know, you're right. My bad. My fault.
My bad. Do your thing.
You know the vibes. Fuck.
Yeah. That shit was hella funny. It was like something crazy came on, and I was like, why are you doing this right now? I was like, actually, it's perfect.
Just some scaring the hose music.
But see, that's the ill part. Some of the sexiest women fuck with like underground, bro. It's so tight. It's so tight.
Now that I mentioned scaring the hose, that's a wild transition. How do you feel about it being gone from, you know, just this overly lyrical rap that no one wants to listen to because, you know, there's no drums and it's just too much rap to what Danny Brown and JPEG Mafia did and just make straight up scaring the hose music.
I see, but to know Danny is to love him, and it's like, yes, that's totally what Danny would do. That's totally, you know what I'm saying? Like it's so on brand. And you watch the show? On and off. The podcast and the one on Vice.
I didn't watch the one on Vice as much, but I watched the podcast on and off.
It's bro. It's so hard not to be a Danny Brown fan.
Yeah,
and you could even throw Danny in that wave of rappers that I was talking about earlier. Like man, the Triple X album, and even old, like those and the Bruiser Brigade tapes. They like a lot of that shit shaped how I rap for real. So Danny is always gonna go against culture. He's gonna be counterculture all the time.
He's gonna do whatever he wants.
He's gonna do whatever he wants, bro, and the hoes gonna love it too. It used to be
yo. I remember that shit. I remember in high school,
have the baddest bitches at his show, bro.
I remember in high school, I had friends who went to a Danny Brown show, and they're like, "Yeah, like I just went to the show, and then some girl went on stage and started sucking his dick."
That's a Danny Brown show.
Yeah. Also, yeah.
So contrary to everybody's beliefs, the rap niggas be bringing the chicks out for sure.
Yeah, the scare of the hose crowd actually bringing out the hose. Also, yeah, shout out Danny. Hopefully everything goes well with rehab. He just checked in, I think today or yesterday. To rehab, sorry.
Danny Brown did?
Yeah.
Oh shit, man! Prayers to Danny, bro.
Yeah.
We will be your fan base will be here when you get home, brother.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
it's. I mean, good on him. Good on him for recognizing it, and doing it.
Bro, addiction, man. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. But addiction is something that is pretty prevalent in my life, and some people that mean the world to me. And what is hardly ever talked about is they're the people that are dealing with it, but it's the kind of grace you need to just be there for them and be a true support system. So I know he's got a girl and then his business partners and shit. So prayers to all of them too.
Yeah, and it's like I think I started noticing that he was acknowledging it when I watched the one that he did with JPEG, where he's like, it's like he was apologizing to Peggy, like, yo, like, thank you for just dealing with me.
Right.
Like I would show up like high off my ass or drunk. I'm like, you know what? Like, because you know you listen to Danny Brown and he's like, okay, this is kind of weird. He's just doing weird shit, saying shit, but like, you know, there's a little bit of truth to everything.
Right. No, a lot of truth in Danny's case. Like I've always taken him at face value.
Yeah.
And we've gotten some brilliant moments for it, but we've gotten some moments that are not so flattering. And I think he'd be the first to admit it. So
Right.
it's not a diss. I just think a focused Danny Brown is as elite as they come. So
yeah. No, that's 100% for sure.
Not a fucking Danny Brown conversation. This is funny.
Hey, that's why everything's a conversation.
we some real rap nerds. That is crazy.
Shoot, we went from what I don't even know where we started. We were talking about technical difficulties, and then we ended up with Danny Brown. Now speaking of Danny Brown, it's keeping on rap shit. What have you been listening to?
Oh man, Don Toliver gets the most run right now. That's such a beautiful album. Pluto Mars is an artist from Richmond that I can't believe that this kid is from the city and is as magnificent as he is. Shout out to Innate that put me on to him.
Oh yeah.
Who else am I running? Tyler just dropped yesterday
and today.
I can't stand him, bro. He's so good.
Did you watch the video for the track that he dropped today?
Yes.
That shit's many.
He's so elite. He's again just one of those people that just is one of a kind. Rex Life Raj, I'm still running Blue Hour Tour. That's probably one of my favorite projects of the year. Last year, Brookfield Deuces Deluxe just came out, and bruh,
that Deluxe goes hard. That's for sure. I need to hit up Deuce and get him on here too to talk about it.
Make sure maybe Push don't have to be a part of that whole conversation, but had talked to Push too, because Push was hella instrumental in the deluxe edition of those records. And I hit Deuce and I hit Like from Pac Div and was just telling them like, bruh, y'all mean so much to me as West Coast artists. Like that Keep Going record, bruh, is like, oh my goodness. And me and Pass were talking about RNA today. Like that deluxe record is insane. Lady Ray's last album, and they just dropped the Ghostface remix with Pete Rock. Is incredibly beautiful.
I need to check that out. I'm always here for Ghostface.
Who am I missing? Assault dropped a 3-pack album last fall that I'm still running and still trying to wrap my mind around. The Spawn, the Swarm.
Oh yeah, I need to check that out too.
Those Queen Naja records are fucking Gambino, and I gotta look more into the production, but they bodied that shit. Who am I missing? I feel like I'm missing some too. Damn. No, it's really that Don Toliver. Oh, shout out Johnny Gold and Kariga Bailey. They just dropped.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Bro, they're that. You talk about just music for the soul, bro. Like in elite lyricism with banging ass beats. You can't miss it.
Mm-hmm. Man, can I just say, anytime I see Kariga or So Lauren just at a show in the crowd, always make sure I say what's up to them. They're the purest souls. I love them.
101s, man. Lauren Boogie just dropped 2 C26 and 27 or 27, 28. I think maybe.
Oh yeah.
With her and Basta, shout out Basta.
Yeah.
That like it's so much incredible music, bro. You can't miss. You can't miss. You can close your eyes and hit play, and probably stumble into some fire. Oh, Jermaine Dupri and fucking Currency, dog.
Oh, I need to listen to that. That album's coming soon, right?
Yeah, they're 4/4. The April 4th,
okay.
But that Essence. That Essence record is so good. It's so good. I'm so happy for Currency and getting with a legend like JD. Yeah. And I cannot wait for that album. Like I'm like genuinely excited for that record.
It's like just seeing their two names together. I feel like it's going to be good. Because when Currency was with Alchemist last year, like that shit was fire too.
Yep. Yep, spit it, don't miss. Like I'm always just excited to see where he's willing to push himself. And Jermaine Dupri is such a super producer. I can only imagine that it's gonna be great.
My only thing with Currency, as well as just like other rappers who like similar, not style but like output, it's like I don't know where to start, and I can't keep up.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. It's a lot, but I think this one is gonna stand out because of how polarizing. Like that Essence Fest record, like I heard it once and then I played it the rest of the day.
That's crazy.
Just because I was happy about the pocket, like how he was sliding, and the energy is like, damn, Currency might fuck around and get played at like this festival music down there.
Damn, that's I mean, well, given it's called it was Essence.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's Essence Festival for me.
Yeah.
to that point, yeah.
Oh, now we talked about a bunch of rappers. How do you feel about the state of Bay Area rap?
Nobody's fucking.
Given taking Grand National out of the equation, like
nobody's fucking with the Bay right now. Larry June, Rex Life Rocks, Jane Hancock.
No, shout out Jane for getting that placement on Disney though. That shit was fire.
Man. Come on, man! Like it's like before even naming Grand National, it's 40 people I can name that are just elite in the world. Mm-hmm. Like no bias. Like the Bay is kicking ass right now, and I hope we take advantage of it and don't be on no weirdo shit and just fuck with each other, like because it's really right now.
I forgot who it was, but I think it was E40, maybe Too Short, but one of them was like, anytime there's a Bay rapper that wants a feature, I just do it. Like they don't charge nothing, they just do it.
Yeah,
and that's like the sort of energy we need. I feel like just willing to work with people, willing to be like, yeah, no, I fuck with you. I'm gonna hop on a verse with you. I'll promote you, like all that shit.
Yeah.
Like
it's
the Bay the Bay is popping off. We need to ride it.
No, but it's I was telling Spesh this when she started her video show at like don't just put it on the rappers and the producers and the singers. It's y'all that's really gonna make shit crack. Like the people who identify as the journalists and the storytellers. Like
it's like another blog era almost.
Yeah. Not every era has that because you might not feel like it's a big deal, but you sharing 33 with that one person today was one more person that wouldn't have heard it, bro. Like us sitting down having this conversation, like I can't see the chat, but the idea that my brother was in here, like he indeed helped me bring this to life, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's we need these spaces to offer context to the work that we doing. Otherwise, anybody gonna know.
No, that's for sure. And also, I mean, I don't know if Spesh is still here, but shout out Spesh because Spesh been killing it. Started with the podcast meetups. I don't remember when we met, but it's just been a very good and it's just been helpful, just career wise, just knowing what to do. And also just finding new music because her Wednesday streams go crazy.
Them Wednesdays are that I never seen nothing like that, bro. But I told her when she started, like, this is going like we had the CMC and we had Video Music Box. Like, don't let nobody tell you videos don't matter no more. They do, and that's how you find. Every time I hop in the Spesh stream, I go find a new artist I'm an absolute stan of. Because that's just the type of curation she has, and we need those people that are lovers. Their sole purpose is to put the world on a new shit.
No, that's for sure. Like one of the songs that I play on stream constantly, it's a GQ freestyle, and it's because I heard it on Spesh's stream. It's like
shout out to Q,
man.
Another one of them Bay artists that you just like, ooh, sheesh.
He goes in, that's for sure.
Man. Shout out my brothers, the Jealous Guys, The Boy, Paris Nights, Stony Creation, fucking Nim Sims, Demaje, fucking Overcast.
I mean, you mess with Casey Cope too, right?
Yeah, bro.
That's my
Like
dude.
it's so, bro. It's so much shit happening here right now, bro. I challenge anybody that say that they ain't found nothing that they love. Secret Sidewalk, like if you want to get freaky and like eclectic, like it's everything. There's so much for us right now. Like don't be a lazy.
And it's not
So
just rap either. Like it's just
no,
music in general.
yeah. King Tahoe is
Oh yeah.
crazy. Like it's spooky. Tyler Reese,
San Francisco going crazy too.
yeah, that's why I was like, let me make sure I shout out
Shout out Troy.
guys. Yeah, Troy and the whole team over there, like DEO, shout out DEO, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's Skino, like the whole squad. Like
What they're doing with Free Play Radio, like
Free Play Radio and Pussy, the whole squad, like they really going crazy, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure. Man, like my biggest regret when I was like going to campus was not going to any of their meetups on Wednesdays. I'm like, man, you mean I can get $20 wings and network? Fuck yeah. Oh man, what's it called? Naked Pancakes was saying 40 and Mani on a track would be fire.
He said what?
Naked Pancakes said 40 and Mani on a track would be fire.
That would be crazy.
I don't even.
Me and Unc, that shit'll go crazy. I have him in his in a major way bag though. I have him on some straight mob shit for sure.
It's been a minute since he did that too.
He'll be like, you want that? Me and Kev was on live, like not making fun of him, but they're just like trying to figure out the play with the glasses, like if they was prescription or not. And Stretch tagged him, and he hella hopped in the live and was talking about him. Like, man, like I could never make fun of you. You made in a major way, bro. That's one of my favorite albums ever made in life. Are you kidding me?
Just the idea of E40 having fake glasses. See, I never even questioned it.
40 really hella funny, bro. Like our OGs are some of the funniest niggas in the world because they just so unique, bro. Like they remind me, like my uncles and like my OGs like fully used to move with all of them too. So I forget that, you know, that they are who they are when we talk. Like Short, I got to meet Short for the first time, and Kev was like, "You never met Short?" I'm like, "No, man, like I never met Short."
Where am I gonna meet him at?
Yeah, but Kev has been around Short forever.
Yeah.
Like Short hella took him in and some like really showed him the ropes type shit. So it's just dope to see how regular our OGs are, but they're icons. Like sure. 40 and Short are fucking icons, bro. Like,
yeah,
I have so much respect for what, like specifically what Short and 40 and Hammer and Raphael Sadiq, and we got, like, I'm hanging out with Pep, and I'm just like it's, bro, y'all like Opio. I remember meeting him the first time and just being like, bro, you so fucking tight. And Tajay, I'm shaking Tajay's hand, and he like, man, y'all going crazy. I'm like, bro, you Tajay right now. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this right now? You so tight. And they're just the coolest people you ever went up. They're mad humble, bro. Like it's spooky, but they've, like, listening to Andre 3000 talking about what Souls of Mischief meant to him is just like, right, bro, that's what y'all mean to the world, you know?
Yeah. It's like, I mean, at the end of the day, they're just regular dudes. At least that's how they feel.
Yeah, they deserve, not even deserve, I'm breathing. Their names and their legacies will be held up in the highest regard because they 40's given too much to hip hop to not ever be mentioned in the top whatever.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Short's done entirely too much for hip hop to not be mentioned in the top whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then that's not even mentioning some of our producers and what they've given in terms of like pioneering sound. Ant Banks needs to be in a museum somewhere, bro.
Yeah. No, that was what when they did the whole Mount Westmore or announced it, and then just saying like, no, 840 and Too Short's part of it. Like, that was a big look.
That's a major look because it's true.
It's like you have the two, like you have Ice Cube
DJ
and
Quick
Snoop.
is one of my yeah.
And not, but like, sorry, you have Ice Cube and Snoop, who are like traditionally thought of as the West Coast like greats, combined with the BayArea greats.
Right.
What, and I mean, at this point,
I think people lose.
Yeah.
They don't really understand the difference either, too, right? Where it's like LA is unanimously recognized around the world as an influencer, without understanding the direct pipeline from the Bay to LA in terms of like, yo, if you go spend the summer with your cousins up in Oakland, your whole life is gonna be changed as far as culture is concerned, and vice versa. So a lot, like you think about Dale going back down to spend time with Cube and bring that shit back. Like it's so crazy. Like we're relatives for sure. So LA is always gonna have reverence for us, but internationally people may not be as hip. But LA has always held us down. I know it was weird as far as like the sound with Mustard and all that shit, but that's what you're supposed to do. Like if something's inspiring you like that, you're supposed to take it on one and really turn it up, and that's what Mustard did.
Yeah, and it's like, while it might not be the sound that made him is necessarily popular for him now, like it's still a good look.
Yeah,
it's helpful all around.
No, for sure.
The only other thing that I wanted to touch on, or at least a major thing, and I mean, as we've realized over the last couple hours, we'll just go on tangents and talk about something else entirely, is C3.
Whoa!
What's happening with that?
Slow down, buddy. How do you know about C3? That's
man, you know C3's happening. Everyone knows it's happening.
Now, man, I hung out with Nate today and kind of gave him the blueprint. You know what I want to do? I want to actually invite you to the sessions where we button them up so you can kind of meet all the artists involved and see the final process. So C3 will be here soon. I can't wait to bring it to you guys and all the other fly shit that's with it. But I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Trying to see who I can say that's on it already.
Oh, before you get into that, I just saw Special here. Especially if you weren't here earlier, we want to give you your flowers. Shout out to you. Shout out to you for putting out all this music that people might not know of. Just putting it out there, letting people know about it. That's what's up.
Love you, Spesh.
And then Scott's asking if David Prince is going to produce for C3 with like 17 question marks.
Wait, say again.
And then Scott's asking, will Davy Prince produce for C3?
He better. He had one of the better songs on C2, so I think it'd be a shame if he didn't have one on C3. Being honest,
he's kind of, it's like it alternates though. So he sent you that trash beat, and they sent you a good one. So this next one might be trash again.
No. I think it was the other way around. I got anger.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so we're due for a banger this time. Yeah. That's hella funny.
Oh yeah. He verified it. He said the same thing. We're not going to play that new beat. We're not allowed to yet. And that's up to Scott to do. Yeah. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, no. C3 is coming. Yeah, that's all I'll say.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. No, based off of the first two, like, I'm excited for it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I called one of the engineers to salvage a song that I intentionally held for C3 that was on one of the drives.
Oh.
And so pray for your boy. I find out in the morning if he has that session, and I'm like hella hopeful. So
Oh, that'd be dope.
yeah.
And that was like off of the project that you were really trying to put out originally, right?
Well, so it's so dope because a lot of the joints I was able to salvage, Kev was like, nah, save those for C3. Before C1 was a thing, he was like, nah, that's on the third one. I was like, wait, but what about number two?
No, you got to do a trilogy. You can't do you can't just do two.
Leaving it at two is weird. So the fact, but we were talking about a three before one
you
was
started
out.
C2.
No, before we started one. Like
Oh, shit.
we were like buttoning up the idea of one, but it wasn't out. And there was like two records that were on one. And he was like, nah, saving them for the third one. I was like, wait, what about the second one? So it's dope to be here now and getting ready to drop that shit too.
Man, that's exciting. That.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Because I'll still bump C1 just regularly.
No. Yeah, no. We Kariga and Fee, my brothers. I let them that they pressed me. It's like, yo, so are you gonna do something to celebrate C1 and C2? And I was like, I promise you, we just gotta get through the trilogy first. I promise you, it's coming.
No, that's what's up. Oh, hey, we got some bullshit to play later on or in a moment. But before I get into that, I did want to just ask, what like you touched on it earlier with Kev's. Apparently, Kev's dropping a project later. What else we got for? What else we got for Grand National?
Brookfield Deuce Coordinates Deluxe is out now. Passwords is on the way. Kevin Allen is on the way.
Can I say Passwords Flowers is one of my favorite albums from last year. I talk to Jesse about it all the time, and it's, man, that album's fucking fire.
Thank you, bro. Damo, B. Simmons, SK. I know I'm missing hella producers on there, but only amazing people that showed up. And then Patch just did his Patch thing, and it made that special to me too. I was telling him that in rehearsal, like how much that album means to me tonight.
Man.
And so it's really dope because the fact that you fuck with it as much as I do means I don't know what this new shit is gonna do to you then, because it's fucking out of here, bro. Like this dude hit another gear, and I was looking at him the day, and I was like, bro, why can you do that?
And
like,
it's crazy, right? Because like there's that stigma of battle rappers that like, oh, all they do is just battle rap. They don't know how to do albums.
Yeah.
And then Pass comes out and does a fucking fire ass album.
Oh, but we were saying that in the studio. I was like, yeah, you about to dead all of that shit, bro. This is wild.
That's
and,
for sure.
And like it's different with us, right? Like we're probably biased because he's from here, he's cool,
of course.
whatever. But watching the thread of the battle world have the same reaction that we did was like, all right, we not crazy.
I mean, obviously you're gonna feel that way because I mean it's Passwords, but
right.
No, that's dope. Because I didn't. Even though I want to be super into battle rap, I don't follow people into battle rap. But you know, people were talking about it.
No, ain't none of them niggas. Ain't none of them niggas over there making music like Pass. I promise you that.
That's yeah.
I promise you that.
So anyways,
I can guarantee it.
You say Kev and Pass for sure. Deuce just dropped the deluxe.
Deuce. Deuce.
No, I for sure need to hit up Deuce.
Kev on the way. Yeah, please do. Kev on the way, Pass on the way, and then we got one with all of us together coming right after that.
Okay.
And then if hopefully y'all bug Kev and make him drop this joint we got together. We got a clip together that needs to be dropped too. But I don't know. Man. Batman doesn't want to save Gotham.
Everyone tweet at Kev. What you mean Batman don't want to save Gotham? Jesse's asking, no Kells. I think Kells is more on the Jomla stream right now.
Yeah, Jamla Mac May. Shout out to the gang. They got some shit on the way though.
Yeah, Mac May is coming out soon. That's
Yeah.
the last thing I heard from DB. Oh man. And I mean, obviously, Fake Fest is coming back. It has to, right?
Cannot wait to announce that's crazy lineup.
Man, I'm gonna get my camera ready again and actually get some good shots this time.
Man, it's gonna be fun. Well, you'll have early notice for sure.
Hell yeah! Now, last bit of thing we gotta go into. Scott finally sent me that beat. In case you forgot about it.
I can't. So for the record, whatever you playing, I can't hear. So
I just turned on the share sound, so it should be okay.
Oh,
well, here, hold on. Let me test it with Anger real quick. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll send it over here. Also, man,
Scott, it only sucks because I can't hide my facial expressions, so this gonna be fucked up. Scott, I'm sorry, bro.
Scott is stressing that he's sorry. All right, here we are. Scott's saying it's almost okay, and then it's not.
Hold on.
Listening to it again, I feel like something needs to be done for you to sound right on it.
What's fucked up though is music is hella funny that way. Where now, because of the space I'm in, I would totally try to rap on it. Nah, yeah, I would totally push myself and at least try.
Special said this is my secret plot to get you to freestyle. This part is harder, I think, like to just do anything with like that beat switch.
No, but you know what? Me and Push, we're having that conversation. So I imagine him and Scott, we're having that conversation too about just music moving and changing a lot. And so that's hella interesting, bro. Tell him resend that. let's dispel this. Let's dispel this madness.
You heard it, Scott. Send it again.
Recent. It's probably in our thread still.
And then there's a bunch of openness. Jesse saying put this on C3.
Right.
Scott just said, let me render out some other ones I can apologize for in a year and a half too. Man.
Nah, Davey Prince on C3 for sure.
But no Push. Push isn't allowed.
Give me a drop for C3 too.
Shit.
You gotta give me a drop for C3.
Say the word.
Yeah, you gotta.
This is all Jesse wants. This is all Jesse wants.
I need all the homies a part. I was telling Nate that today. I was like, I need this to come to life the way I see it for sure. So all y'all voices got to be a part of this shit.
Hell yeah, I'm down. Just say the word. I'll be there. I ain't got shit going on, so fuck it. Man, I know I've kept you on here for about 2 hours or so. Also before I wrap up, Scott really wants to point out.
Oh damn! I didn't.
Sorry, what?
I text other people the link and then it wasn't checking the phone, and now I'm looking at my watch and that they've all been tuned in this whole time.
No, that was hella people in here. That's for sure.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Shout out to everyone.
Fuck, I didn't even trip that niggas was actually. Yeah, shout out to
them. Scott wants to just say, can we point out that Push is still on the credits for title? Or can I read? Jeez. Can we point out that Push is still on the credits on title for Anger, and also stress that I do not care because I'm the one getting paid? All right.
Hey, we got to talk. No, we'll talk about that off air. But I already fucked with Scott before that, but once that whole backstory was explained to me, because it was hella confusing, and not because it was explained wrong. I just misunderstood. I hella fucked with him even more because a lot of fools say that shit, and he really was like, "Nah, bro, I'm not tripping." It's like, okay, you a real, but me and Push have been friends since the 4th grade, so we hella move like that. Where if Push do something for me or vice versa, like I need bro to win, because my journey is so attached to his. Like if him winning feel like me winning, but I never outside, and then somebody across the country too. But Scott really A1 for real. So I fuck with Scott.
No, like I imagine that's how you would feel about it. But Scott just feels confused about all of it still.
Does he really?
No. He's like it was even more confusing for me because I didn't know I was on it until the album came out. Man, it pushes fire.
Yeah, that Push is an alien. I love bro. Shout out to bro.
Also,
who mixed all the C2, mixed and mastered C2. By the way.
Shout out Push. And he also mixed the deluxe for Deuce, right?
Yes, he did.
Push be staying busy. That's for sure.
Man.
Shout out to our friends.
Shout out to our friends.
Also, shout out to Scotch Shelves, apparently. Oh, yeah. You don't... you haven't watched their random streams, like, on Wednesday nights, where Scott just builds a shelf? It's just him talking to himself for 2 hours. It's pretty wild.
That's pretty... Hey, I watched some... one day I'm gonna do a video where I show my algorithm for real and all the lawn mowing videos I watch. So I can't even make fun of it.
Yo, the algorithm's crazy.
Yeah.
I know. As I was saying earlier, I kept you on for over 2 hours now.
all good, bro. I'm glad we did this. I appreciate you, man. I'm a super fan.
We need to do this more.
Keep going,
honestly. We need to have more in between conversations. Just check in. Like I'm terrible at texting people, but you know.
Hey, so I meant to tell you that too. Like I actually prefer the phone call. So
yeah, for
call
sure.
me, bro. You could hit me anytime. I suck at texting for real.
Definitely. I usually answer anyways if people call me, so good to hear it's the same way, basically. But again, thank you for coming through.
Thank you, bro.
This was a great conversation.
Yes,
we went everywhere with this. Yeah, shout out to everyone who came through. This was a good stream. Mani, you got anything else to shout out before we wrap things up, at least on the interview side? I mean, I'm going to go on for a little bit afterwards, but
yeah, nothing to shout out. Everybody keep shit lit. Art is alive and thriving. Don't be a hater and don't be in your own way, and don't block your blessings, man.
Shit. Yeah. And patiently wait C3 like Jesse is. It's going to come out.
C3 on the way.
Hell yeah.
All right,
again,
bro. I'm gonna tap in with you later.
Yeah, no, for sure. Hit my line. All right, bro. Take care. Peace. Sorry.